keep people trapped between fear and hope. Fear prevents them from escaping, and hope prevents them from breaking. When people receive small, incremental rewards, they think this is life. They don't ask the bigger questions because they believe they already have something worth losing. A frightened person cannot think, and a busy person cannot question. Those who go to bed hungry don't want revolution, they just want sleep. But those who receive a little comfort, a little security, and a little money, they start to believe they've won at life. They don't realize these are just small tokens given to keep them pacified. The real game of power is not how you suppress people, but how you convince them that they are free. When someone believes they are free, they don't rebel. They mistake their chains for jewelry around their neck. Look at today's world. People think they have choices. They think they can choose their career, buy their home, live their life. But the truth is, every choice is just an item selected from a predetermined menu. You order from a restaurant menu and think you're in control. But who created the menu? Who decided which options would be in front of you? This is real control. Give people enough options to keep them busy, but keep them limited enough that they never ask the real questions. Give them the illusion of choice, but ensure the outcome is always what you want. Fear is the oldest and most effective weapon, but fear must be used wisely. If you scare someone too much, they'll have nothing left to lose, and someone with nothing to lose is the most dangerous. So give them a little. Give them a small house, a small job, a little security. Now they have something to lose. When someone has something to lose, they become afraid. They don't speak against the system because they fear their job might be lost. They don't ask questions because their promotion might be blocked. They don't rebel because their home loan might increase. This fear doesn't even need to be real. It can just be a possibility. But possibility is enough. The human mind is so terrified of future possibilities that it forgets to live in the present. It thinks, "What if?" and that thought alone paralyzes them. But fear alone is not enough. If you only frighten people, they become desperate, and desperation is dangerous. A desperate person has nothing left to lose, so alongside fear, you must also provide hope. Small hopes, small dreams. Tell them that if they work hard, they might get a promotion. Tell them if they perform well, they might get a bonus. Tell them next year will be better. Just wait until next year. And when next year arrives, tell them the same story again. Just one more year. Just a little more patience. Just a little more hard work. This hope keeps them going. This hope prevents them from thinking that maybe the entire system is wrong. Hope is the strongest chain because people wear it themselves. They think it's their strength when it's actually their weakness. They think it's moving them forward when it's just spinning them in circles. In psychology, there's a principle called the variable reward system. Casinos use it, social media uses it, and power structures use it. When you give someone a reward every single time, it becomes routine and loses its value. But when you give rewards occasionally, at unpredictable times, the person becomes obsessed with it. They keep hoping that maybe this time they'll get it. This is exactly what happens in society. Sometimes a poor child becomes an IAS officer. Sometimes someone from an ordinary family becomes a millionaire. These stories are told everywhere. These stories are spread far and wide. Why? Because they provide hope. Millions work hard, but only one succeeds. The rest fail, but they think maybe next time their number will come up. This is lottery mentality, and this mentality keeps people trapped inside the system. In modern society, the greatest weapon is busyness. Keep people so busy that they don't have time to think. Wake up in the morning, go to work, get stuck in traffic, sit in the office for hours, come back home exhausted, and sleep. Then repeat the same cycle the next day. In this cycle, where is the time to ask questions? Where is the time to think about why you're living this life? Where is the time to ask if this is all there is? And when a person does have a little free time, fill it with entertainment, TV, social media, Netflix, games, anything that distracts them, anything that keeps them away from real questions. This is done deliberately. It's no accident that people don't have time. The system is designed so people don't have time, because an idle mind is dangerous. An idle mind thinks, and thinking is dangerous. Every major revolution in history happened when people's bellies were empty. The French Revolution, Russian Revolution, Indian independence movement, hunger was a factor in all of them. When people have nothing to eat, they have nothing to lose, and then they rebel. So modern power has learned its lesson. Don't let people starve to death, but don't feed them enough to make them comfortable either. Give them just enough to survive, work, and keep the system running. A poor person doesn't want revolution, they want food. When they get 2 meals a day, they're happy. They don't think they should get more. They don't think the system is wrong. They're just grateful they're getting something. This is the cleverest control. Give people enough so they remain grateful, but give them so little that they always hope for more. The middle class is the most interesting class. Not too poor, not too rich, right in the middle. And this class is the most controlled because they have the most to lose. The middle class has a small house on loan, a small car on EMI, good education for their children, which is expensive, and most importantly, they have respect, a position in society. The fear of losing all this paralyzes them. They can't be rebellious like the poor because they have too much to lose, and they can't be independent like the rich because they don't have real wealth. The middle class is given the illusion that they are becoming. They're in the process of becoming rich, just a little more work, just a little more time, just a little more effort. But this process of becoming never ends. It's a perpetual race where the goalpost keeps moving forward. Education is designed not to impart knowledge, but to teach compliance. Children are taught to arrive on time, stand in line, respect authority, don't ask questions, just memorize what you're told. All of this prepares them to become good employees, good citizens, good followers, not leaders, not questioners, not rebels. Children who ask questions are labeled difficult. Children who are creative are called inattentive. Children who think differently are termed problematic. This is all deliberate. The education system is a factory. It takes children and molds them into a shape. Those who fit the mold are called successful. Those who don't fit are called failures. But the real question is, who created this mold, and for whose benefit? Media is called the fourth pillar, but today it has become a weapon of power. Media decides what people will think, what they'll talk about, what they'll be angry about. To distract from real issues, trivial matters are thrown into the spotlight. A film star's wedding, a cricket match, some controversy. These are all distraction tools. When people are busy with these small things, they don't see the bigger issues. And when a real issue does arise, it's made so complex that the common person can't understand it, or it's made so polarized that people split into sides and the real question gets lost. Media doesn't show reality, it creates reality. What is shown becomes truth. What isn't shown doesn't even exist. In the modern world, the most effective way to keep people pacified is to turn them into consumers. Make them believe that happiness can be purchased. Make them believe the next purchase will satisfy them. New phone, new car, new clothes, new house, always something new is needed. And when they get it, they feel happy for a little while. Then that happiness fades, and they need something new again. This is an endless cycle, and people caught in this cycle are never satisfied. They always want more. And in this pursuit of more, they keep working, keep earning, keep spending. This cycle keeps them part of the system. They can't quit because they need money, and they need money because they need things, and they need things because society has taught them that things are success, things are happiness. Humans naturally compare themselves, and in the modern world this comparison has become very easy. On social media, everyone shows their best life. Everyone looks happy, successful, satisfied. And when you compare your real life to others' curated lives, you always fall short. You feel like you're falling behind. You feel like you need to work harder. This insecurity motivates you to work even harder. You work even more hours. You try to earn even more money. You buy even more things so you can also appear successful. But this race never ends, because there will always be someone ahead of you. There will always be someone who appears more successful, and in this pursuit, you forget to live your real life. In modern society, debt is the strongest chain. When you're in debt, you're truly a slave. You have to work. You have no choice. Home loan, car loan, education loan, credit cards, these are all traps. They give you the illusion that you can live now the life you'll earn in the future, but in reality, they bind you to future slavery. When you have a 20-30-year loan hanging over you, you can't quit the job you hate. You can't choose the career you want. You can't take risks. You're trapped. And the system wants you to stay trapped. That's why debt has been made so easy. That's why EMI facilities are everywhere. That's why credit cards are distributed for free. Society has created a very narrow definition of success. Good job, good house, good car, good family. This is success. Deviate from this formula and you're a failure. But who created this definition and why? This definition was created so everyone would follow the same path, live the same kind of life, want the same kinds of things. People who choose a different path are discouraged. Are you crazy? You're ruining your life. Think about your future. These things are said to scare them, to bring them back to the same path. Because if everyone starts creating their own path, who will run the system? If everyone starts seeking their own happiness, who will work the 9-to-5 job? If everyone starts asking questions, who will obey? Real freedom is not being able to vote or speak. Real freedom is being able to think, to ask questions, to challenge the system. But the system doesn't want you to give you this freedom. That's why you're taught from childhood to comply. That's why you're kept busy. That's why you're frightened and given hope. Waking up doesn't mean you start a revolution. Waking up simply means you see. You understand, you recognize what's happening, and then you decide what you want to do. Some people, even after understanding, will choose to stay in the system. That's their choice, but at least it will be a conscious choice, not unconscious compliance. This world is a massive game, and most people don't even know they're not players, they're pawns. They've been given the illusion that they're living their own lives, when in reality, their lives are following predetermined rules. Fear and hope. These are the two most powerful weapons, and until you recognize them, you cannot be free from them. Recognition is the first step. Awareness is the first freedom. Small rewards, small happiness, small hopes, these are all meant to keep you bound. The real question is not what you're receiving, but what's being taken from you. And the biggest thing being taken is your ability to think, your freedom, your real life. If these truths are forcing you to think, if you feel that now you don't just want to exist, but to live awakened, then subscribe to Stoic Advisor to hear more of these bitter but necessary truths. Here, you'll find the things the crowd doesn't want to hear, but an awakened person needs to hear. Now, the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you close your eyes and return to the same cycle? Or will you stay awake and forge your own path? The choice is yours. It always has been. You just weren't told.